We all have an inner knowing within us. We all have a piece of us that is connected to divine. And all of us have had some experience with the divine. And what this card is telling me is exactly what this episode is intended to be for me, which is to lead with courage and to do so on a daily basis, to lead with the courage to be all of you and to not allow things that have happened for us in life to define us, but to instead have them be one of the petals on the rose. Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Power in the Pause podcast. How are you guys doing today? My name is Wendy Paige Sterling, and I am your host. I am coming to you guys today to talk about something that, well, my clients know way more intimately about me, and it's something that I bring into every single one of my mastermind sessions, my private client sessions, my healing sessions, and that is my ability to tap into God, tap into not only my guides and angels, but doing so on behalf of my clients, doing so on behalf of the people who enter into the containers and the classes and the workshops that I create. And so today's episode, I'm actually going to give you guys a taste of that part of me. And I'm curious to know, after you listen to today's episode, do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you want more of this? I'm giving it a go because I'm feeling the nudge. I'm feeling God telling me that this part of me is something that the world needs, that the world has been waiting for, that is a part of me that has been waiting to give herself permission to do this. And so I hope that in today's episode that you're going to hear something that resonates for you. Because it is going to be me tapping in and doing so using one of my absolute favorite card decks. So shout out to Rebecca Campbell, whose card decks I love. I have probably like 15 or 16 decks that I use, and I channel, in the moment, kind of what it is that's calling to me, which one to use. And today it is my Rose Oracle deck. So this deck is actually really special to me. So I got this deck when I went to Sedona after my mom had passed away, and actually when I had gone to Sedona to write my first book, which was my divorce book called Divorce Sucks, Now What? And it was the deck that spoke to me inside of this really special spiritual store in downtown Sedona. And I immediately picked it up, and the message that I got was so powerful, and I knew that it was my mother talking to me. And so this deck is one that is really special, and it is the deck that I channel her and the messages that she brings to me that are intended for all of you guys. So if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, you can see that I've got the cards in my hands. Those of you tuning in, just know I've got the deck in my hands right now. And I am shuffling the cards right now because today's episode, I'm going to channel into everybody who's tuning in. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to source a card that is going to tell me what the message is that it is that you guys are here to hear. It is going to be one that I also need to hear, because that's how this works. There's always a message in it for me. And so I'm spreading the cards, and I'm going to close my eyes in a moment, and I'm going to tap in and really feel into what it is, what the message is that I am here to share with you all today, what the card is telling me we all get to hear. So the message is, this is so perfect. I love how it works. So the card is the rose thread. Inner call, soul-led, the mystic, living courageously. I love these decks. They're so beautiful. So isn't that fascinating? The rose thread, because it's kind of what I'm doing in today's episode, is it not? So this is the card. What this card is telling for each of us today is we all have an inner knowing within us. We all have a piece of us that is connected to divine. And I feel like we have been conditioned and trained to silence that part of us because it may not be acceptable. I don't know about you guys, but growing up, I talked to spirit guides and my angels. My mom thought I had a really great, clever, big imagination. And what I've come to learn later in life is that wasn't my imagination. It really was my angels and my spirit guides. And I've never spoken their names out loud. One of my mentors that I did some energy training, healing training with, actually named them in a session we were doing together. And so I hope that what you're hearing me say is that all of us have had some experience with the divine, and what this card is telling me is exactly what this episode is intended to be for me, which is to lead with courage and to do so on a daily basis, to lead with the courage to be all of you. And I have learned how to hone in on the voice, the whisper, the guidance that comes in that doesn't always have the evidence, that doesn't always have the proof in front of me, but it is just like this knowing. And in sharing or in pulling this card, what's really interesting to me about this card is that it's all about the rose thread. And the rose is a very mystical flower. It is a very powerful, if you look inside of a rose, I don't know if you guys feel this way or not, but like when you look inside of a rose and just looking down on all of the petals, to me, it's always been that there's like a special story woven within the rose. And it requires us to really have the courage to be curious about the story. And, what I'm hearing that message is for you guys here today with this is really having the courage to share your story, to live courageously as all of you, right? To not allow things that have happened for us in life to define us, but to instead have them be one of the petals on the rose, right? Roses have multiple petals that create this intricate design. And imagine that every day that we're living courageously, that we're living our truth, it's almost like we're giving the rose permission to bloom. Each of our petals is being gifted with light and life. And that's what I'm hearing this card is really telling us is that, we're all here for a specific reason. And maybe, you've been really good at the path you've been following, but there's something inside of you that knows it's ready to blossom. It's ready to awaken. It's ready to fully be open. And with this particular card, what it's telling me and what I'm hoping is the message for you as well, is that there is an inner calling that you have not been paying attention to, that you have not been tending to, is how I'm hearing it. And it's going to require trust to hear the call. And so I'm inviting you guys to allow today's episode and this particular card to give you permission to take that first step. Now, I'm not saying like completely uproot your life. What I'm saying is think about what that small step could be. And instead of thinking about it from your head, tap into your heart space. Take a deep breath into your heart space. And ask God, ask your angels, ask them right here, right now, what is in my highest and best in terms of taking this first step? What is that inner calling first step that I haven't heard you say and I'm ready to listen, right? And so that's what I invite you guys to do today. And instead of pushing for the answer, to have the grace and give it the space that it needs for the message to come out. And I say that because it takes courage to wait, to have pause, to sit in it and to surrender, right? And so today's card and today's message, I know that this download wasn't just for me, wasn't just a confirmation for me. I know that it was also a message for each of you listening. So I am very curious to hear what it is that comes through for you, what it is that you're hearing the message to be. Be sure to share it with me. Either shoot me an email, wendy@wendypagesterling.com, DM me on Instagram or Facebook at Wendy Page Sterling, and let me know, what was that message? I'd also love to know, what do you think about this new content that I'm creating and really tapping into my really what I call sort of what makes me unique in this space is really my ability to tap in to the messages and to be the conduit for you to receive what it is that you are seeking right here, right now, in this moment, to unlock your own power in these pause moments that you give yourself by listening to my show. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you deeply. If you are somebody who is seeking to learn how to trust that guidance a little bit more, be sure to reach out and ask for my self-trust guide. I'll also actually put it down in the show notes below so that you guys can get it's just a checklist of different ways that you can be able to learn how to tap back into your own self-trust today. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. Sending so much love and light always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.